You know that moment when you're trying to recall a piece of information, but it's just out of reach? You know it's stored somewhere in your brain, but you can't quite retrieve it. But then, you whip out your phone, Google it, and voila, the answer appears on your screen. But have you ever stopped to think about what happens to your brain when you rely on Google to remember things for you? According to a study published in the journal Cyberpsychology, Behavior, and Social Networking in 2013, researchers found that people who used Google more frequently had reduced activity in areas of the brain associated with memory and learning, CAR, 2013. This raises an interesting question. Are we losing our ability to remember things without the help of Google? Let's explore this phenomenon and its implications on our brains. The Google effect, also known as the digital amnesia, refers to the phenomenon where people rely on digital devices to store and retrieve information rather than committing it to memory. A 2019 report by the Pew Research Center stated that 93% of adults in the United States use the internet, with 47% of those adults using it almost constantly. Pew Research Center, 2019. This constant access to information can lead to a decline in our ability to remember things without the help of Google. For instance, imagine trying to recall a phone number without checking your phone. It's much harder than it used to be, right? Research by Dr. Nicholas Carr, author of The Shallows, What the Internet is Doing to Our Brains, suggests that excessive internet use can lead to changes in brain structure and function, particularly in areas related to attention and memory. Carr, 2010. A 2020 study published in the journal Neuroimage found that people who used digital devices for more than 4 hours a day showed changes in brain activity and structure, particularly in areas related to attention and impulse control. Blem et al., 2020. These changes can have significant implications for our ability to learn and remember new information. But what does this mean for our daily lives? A 2018 survey by the Deloitte Global Consumer Survey found that 55% of respondents reported using their smartphones for more than 2 hours a day, with 15% reporting usage of more than 4 hours a day. Deloitte, 2018. This constant stream of information can lead to a state of continuous partial attention, making it difficult for us to focus and learn new things. But there's a deeper issue at play here. If we're not using our brains to remember things, are we still learning? Here's where it gets interesting. If we're relying on Google to remember things for us, are we actually learning? Or are we just storing information in our phones, like a digital library? The answer lies in the way our brains process information. When we use Google to remember things, we're not actually storing the information in our brains. We're just storing the location of the information. But what happens when Google isn't available? The constant use of digital devices can have significant implications for our cognitive abilities. Research suggests that excessive screen time can lead to changes in brain structure and function, particularly in areas related to attention and memory. This can result in a decline in our ability to focus and learn new information. In a world where information is readily available, it's more important than ever to focus on critical thinking and problem-solving skills. By teaching these skills in education, we can enable individuals to adapt to a rapidly changing world and make connections between different pieces of information. Taking regular breaks from digital devices can help to mitigate the effects of the Google effect. By practicing digital detox and mindfulness, we can give our brains a chance to rest and recharge, leading to improved cognitive function and overall well-being. The Google effect has significant implications for education. With the rise of digital devices, many students are relying more heavily on Google to learn new information. But is this a good thing? Research suggests that excessive internet use can lead to a decline in deep thinking and critical analysis, essential skills for academic success. For instance, a study published in the journal Computers and Human Behavior found that students who used digital devices for more than 2 hours a day showed significant declines in attention and cognitive function. Coward et al., 2015. To combat this, educators are incorporating more hands-on, experiential learning activities into their curricula. By doing so, students can develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills, essential for success in the 21st century. For example, a study published in the journal Educational Psychology Review found that students who participated in hands-on learning activities showed significant improvements in critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Thomas et al., 2017. But what about the role of Google in education? Can it be a useful tool for learning, or is it a hindrance? The answer lies in how we use it. By incorporating Google into our learning routines in a mindful and intentional way, we can harness its power to enhance our knowledge and understanding. For instance, a study published in the Journal of Educational Computing Research found that students who used Google to support their learning showed significant improvements in academic achievement. Kim et al., 2018. Visual prompt, an infographic highlighting the impact of the Google effect on education with statistics and research findings. As we move forward in this digital age, it's essential to consider the future of memory. Will we continue to rely on Google to remember things for us? Or will we find ways to mitigate the effects of the Google effect? Research suggests that the human brain has an incredible capacity for memory and learning, but it requires effort and practice to develop these skills. One potential solution is to incorporate more memory training into our daily routines. By practicing techniques like mnemonics and spaced repetition, we can improve our ability to store and retrieve information. For example, a study published in the journal Neuropsychology found that participants who practiced memory training showed significant improvements in memory and cognitive function. Melba-Lervag et al., 2016. But what about the potential risks of relying too heavily on technology to enhance our memories? Could we be losing the natural ability to remember and learn? The answer lies in finding a balance between technology and natural memory abilities. By using technology to support our learning and memory, while also practicing natural memory techniques, we can harness the benefits of both. Visual prompt, a futuristic illustration of a person using a brain-computer interface to enhance their memory and cognitive abilities. So, what can we do to mitigate the effects of the Google effect? First, we can make a conscious effort to memorize information without relying on Google. Try memorizing a phone number or a poem. It's harder than it sounds. Second, we can use technology to our advantage by using apps that help us learn and remember new information. And finally, we can take breaks from our digital devices to give our brains a chance to rest and recharge. By taking these steps, we can regain control over our memories and our brains. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about the Google effect and how to take control of your memories, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell.